In this video, I will show you how to improve your English with a powerful, free AI tool called Perplexity. If you don't know it, if you haven't used it, that is okay. I will show you how to use it to improve your English, and I will provide the prompts I use in the description of this video. So let's jump directly into Perplexity. Think of it as a combination of ChatGPT and Google. ChatGPT is really good at the back and forth, providing long, clear explanations, right? That you can interact with, coming up with ideas, right? Working on stuff. Google is good at providing information, sources. You click on the links. Well, Perplexity is a combination of these two. You get the back and forth feeling of ChatGPT. It's very flexible. You can ask things exactly how you want to ask them. You want an explanation that's very simple? Great. Perplexity can provide that just like ChatGPT. But ChatGPT often struggles with sources, and often information is not up to date, right? And so Perplexity is more like Google in that way. Up-to-date information. Sources for where the information comes from. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And we should check it out. I'm going to go through a few prompts, and I will provide, again, more in the description. Let's say I'm working on my emails. I want to improve how I write emails. I know there are many ways to sign off an email, right? What I say at the very end. So what are the different ones I can use, right? And how formal is each one or casual? So I could say, what are the most common ending salutations used in emails? And what I get with sources is a list of formal sign-offs, semi-formal sign-offs, best, warm regards, all the best, informal sign-offs, right? And an explanation. And I can ask a follow-up question here, for example, or a follow-up request, give me more casual ones, right? And then I can get more. So it's back and forth in that way, which Google isn't, but I also get the sources that I can click on. I can easily see where that comes from and the other 4 sources that Perplexity used to provide this useful information. Maybe I'm looking for common idioms. So I want to learn maybe the 50 most common idioms. Again, very quick and simple request. Here are 50 common English idioms along with their meanings. Maybe, though, I don't like how it's given. I want 2 examples for each. So this is something you can't really do in Google. So instead of asking for just the common idioms, I want the common idioms each with 2 examples. Very useful, right? So there are really 2 things that Perplexity does really well. Discovery and explanation. We'll look at explanation in a minute, but let's look at a couple more for discovery. What are the best tools for improving my pronunciation? Okay, the best tools. And what? Oh, hey, one of the sources is me. That's my video. Thank you, Perplexity. I appreciate you recommending my video. I made a video about the Google pronunciation practice tool, and Perplexity thinks it was a good one and worth recommending. So here's the list of tools explaining each one, along with a fantastic video to explain, in particular, how good Google's tool is at helping you practice your pronunciation. And again, for all of these, you get the citations. So very cool. I want some recommendations for TV shows that I can watch to improve my English. You know, what are other English learners using? What TV shows are they watching? If it works for them, maybe it'll work for me. Here are the most popular TV shows recommended for English learners based on various sources. The sources are Promova and IMDb and Story Learning. Okay, Friends, of course, is at the top of the list. And the citations I can quickly click on and check, right, if I want to. The Big Bang Theory, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I think is a good option. Stranger Things, which is a great choice. Modern Family, that's a good sitcom. The Crown, if you're into some British English. Breaking Bad, a classic drama, amazing. The Simpsons, that's a good one for, I think, learning culture. Okay, so, and some, not all American as well, some British, some Australian. So a lot of good recommendations, and maybe I want a further breakdown. And so you can just select and ask follow-up, basically, and get more information about that specific thing. Or here you can ask a follow-up question like, give me 5 more, right? And get 5 more. So that's the kind of flexible part. Maybe I'm really into UFOs. That's my favorite topic. Well, a great way to improve your English is, of course, to read, right? Reading articles is a great way to improve your English. But if you read stuff you're really interested in, it will be easier to not give up. Now, I could just Google UFOs, but I want articles that I can read, right? Articles with kind of simpler language, but are still in my interest, my area of interest, of UFOs, for example. So here I'm using it like Google, but the way I ask it is a little more specific than a basic Google search. I can specify exactly what I want, right? I'm an English learner and I want simple language in my articles, so only give me those. It's like having an assistant who can search Google for you. Hey, go search Google, find articles that you think I would like about UFOs and give them back to me. Okay, and basically that's what you get, right? So we have an article here from NPR. That seems like a good one. Scientists are starting to study UFOs more seriously. That one's from Science News. So I have some useful articles that I can check out, but first I might read the summary of each one, which is also very cool. Maybe I'm preparing for an interview, so this is the last one for discovery. I want the interview questions that I will be asked for my senior graphic design interviews. Here are the sources. Startup. Here's Better Team. And here are the common questions that I will be asked. Strengths and weaknesses, handling criticism, design process and tools. Could you walk us through your design process? That's a very good question. And now here, I might ask a follow-up, or perhaps here I would then paste that into ChatGPT. ChatGPT is really good at taking this kind of thing and coming up with 3 versions of an answer to a question, okay? These are just a few ways to use Perplexity for discovery. Now, how about explanation? Well, let's get some explanations using Perplexity. Maybe I've been seeing a specific term. I've been reading a lot of news, and I see a term everywhere, and I want to get some more context. You could try this in ChatGPT, but I want the sources, but I want it to be recent. ChatGPT can struggle with that. I want fresh information. So I might ask it like this. How has the term fake news changed over time in recent media? Use simple language and specific examples in your explanation. Can Google do that? No. Google will just serve me articles about that, but then I have to read all of the articles. I want a kind of meta view of this word and how it's used with the sources. Frontline, an article about fake news, how misinformation has changed news. Very good. And here's my explanation for how fake news has been used over time with the sources that I can quickly check. Very cool. A very good explanation, and it gives me the social context to understand that word or that phrase a little bit better. Right? Not just what it means, but how it is used. Now, what if I just want to learn a word in context? I found a word in an article, a specific article, and I just want to know, what does it mean here, right? So paste the article. That's another cool thing. Just paste the article and say what you want to know. Explain the usage of the word flagship in the context of this article. Then I just paste this TechCrunch article, and I get, in the context of this TechCrunch article, the term flagship refers to OpenAI's major or leading model, which is typically a significant or highly anticipated release. Okay, so I can ask follow-up questions here, but Perplexity has read the article. and can give me this information? Well, if it has read the article, then could Perplexity provide a complete bullet point summary of the article? Absolutely. So let me paste in the same article with a different request. Could you read this article and give me a bullet point summary? This is very useful. I don't have time to read this article that my friend shared, so I'm just going to paste the article in and ask for a summary, and then I can at least talk about it. I don't have time to read the whole thing. So here now I get a bullet point summary. OpenAI is shifting its Dev Day conference format. The company will not announce its major model at Dev Day. Dev Day events are scheduled for San Francisco on October 1st. Okay, so I get that bullet point summary of the article. Incredibly useful. Now, what if I'm trying to learn grammar, right? Well, when I'm learning grammar, I want an explanation, which ChatGPT can do, but I also want real examples that come from real sources, right? So I'll ask for an explanation of subjunctive mood with unique real-world examples, right? I want the examples provided to be real, created by other humans, right? I wish I were taller. This specific one comes from, let's see, well, either Grammar Monster or Quillbot, right? And let's see, I suggest that he study more for the exam. This one comes from Scribber or Study. I'm not totally sure, or a combination. But I can actually check and know, okay, these are coming from a real place. So if you're trying to learn specific grammar or idioms or phrasal verbs, and you want to know where the example comes from, this is a really good way to do it. These are all just ways to discover language and understand language better, get explanations. I'm not saying this is the best way to do it. It should be just one of the tools in your tool belt, right? Use everything that you have available. I've said it many times. This is the most exciting time to be an English learner because there's so many things available to you now, right? And often, many of them are free or very inexpensive. So check out Perplexity. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and get a free course in the links in the description. And I will see you in the next one.